Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the selections from the 2024 NFL Draft, who's been cut and signed, and much, much more. Hi, there and John.
And Dan Snyder. I've got some Dan Snyder news.
Dude, I don't even know if the Dan Snyder news is even going to make the podcast. It's so far down our importance level.
Exactly. It's kind of funny, though.
Anyway, yo, y'all, what's up?
Yo, what's happening?
Excellent.
Welcome,
What's
everybody,
happening?
to Harry Hog Football, episode numero 604. In which
Man, that's a lot of episodes, dude.
we're finally talking about the draft.
Talking about the drafts, little OTA they had or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels finally trying on his number 5. Tress Way just gave up that number 5. All pro. Tress Way. The MVP gave up his number 5 jersey for a trip in the future when they're both retired for Tress Way and his family to go to LSU. Isn't that where Jaden Daniels went?
LSU v. Oklahoma
Versus
or
I think he's from Oklahoma. I think he's an OU guy.
Interesting.
What's up, DJ Cool 4?
What up, DJ Cool 4 in the house?
And dude, on another note, that what's his name? That guy, Stainrestill? Mike Stainrestill?
Stainrestill, I think. Not
Stainrestill?
Not Stainrestill. It's like
Stainrestill. No way.
Stainrestill.
That's like people call the commanders the commies. Well, anyway, that dude, guess what number he's wearing?
2.
He actually might be. Yes.
That's DME Brown's number though. So is DME Brown gonna be?
God!
Oh my gosh.
They're getting rid of all the Tar Heels from around here. Dude, I'd be remiss not to say, why are you wearing that Juventus jersey?
Dude, this is not a Juventus jersey. This is a St. Mirren Paisley's jersey.
The Paisleys.
The Paisley sent to me by none other than our own Firefly / Mark over in the Discord room.
Nice.
I was like, if you send a jersey, I'll definitely wear it on the podcast. So he sent it via Josh, via Delta,
nice.
to my house.
So he got to meet up with Josh over there in Scotland.
No, he just mailed it to his house.
Dude, that makes sense. So he's, instead of sending it like
for $500 or whatever they charge, he sent it to Josh, and Josh put it in his luggage and brought it over and handed it to me.
That's awesome, dude.
I gotta say, man, this is a cool jersey, except for that he was completely right. He was like, what size do you wear? I was like, I don't know, an XL. And he was like, I'll send you a 3XL. And I'm like, what? And he was like, they run small here. So I'm wearing this 3XL, dude. It's like a sausage wrapper. So, word to the wise, if you go over to England or Europe and you want yourself a jersey, get like 2 sizes up from what you think you would wear.
Yep.
Maybe
That's
even
what I'm
3.
talking about. Maybe even 3. Well, hey, St. Mirren finished 5th in the Scottish Premier League, and they are not getting relegated, so yeah.
Congratulations to my squad.
Your
St. Mirren
squad.
Football, my Scottish squad, and they were founded in 1877, according to the crest on my left breast pocket. X Factor 357 is in the Discord room. What's up,
yo? What's up? Yeah, He's
been waiting for this. He's been waiting for this.
Oh, dude! Before we get started, I'm gonna eat a couple of these beautiful blueberries from my garden. Would you like to see how freaking massive these blueberries are? They're huge, people. These are bigger than pennies. They're huge.
Dude, they look like eyes. Hold them in front of your glasses like you're nice. Dude, those things are as big as your freaking eyeball.
Oh.
What do you put in there? Like some Miracle Grow? What's in that garden?
Dude,
there?
they're nothing.
It's
We
all
put
organic.
like pine straw. Yeah, we have no reason. The only organic things we ever have that attack our blueberries because they're in like a caged enclosure now.
Squirrels.
Was squirrels. It's always squirrels.
And
man.
you shot
Always
them, right?
squirrels.
Shot them with the pellet gun?
Yep, in the middle of my neighborhood with a 45 Colt.
John's
I
out
had a
there like
freaking
sitting
no-
on the porch with his gun, waiting for squirrels.
Like an M16, I'm sitting on the porch, just whipping around. Come on, squirrels.
Anyway, we need to get into this thing because we got a
We
lot
do.
to talk about since the last podcast when we were pontificating on whether or not we should take Drake May versus Jaden Daniels, and I said Jaden Daniels. You said Drake May, so one of us will have to live this down. If Jaden Daniels sucks, I'll have to live it down. If Drake May sucks, you'll have to live it down. If they're both good, I guess we don't really have to live it down. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, it's not like when we drafted. What?
Who is this?
No, but Josh used to work there.
Who is this? Who is D? Who's D?
D?
Oh, it's David Herzing. It's coming across my screen as D for some reason. Dude, if you guys relate to the show, then you will know that this was sent to me by none other than Firefly from Scotland. It is his team, the St. Mirren Football Club.
Paisleys, dude.
Paisleys. So that's who they are. You're working at Foot Locker. Oh my god.
Dude, that's still funny because I remember when Josh used to work there and he had to wear those referee uniforms.
No, he did not. He didn't work at Foot Locker. He worked at the
Athlete's Foot. That's right.
in
That's
high
right.
school, right next to the Orange Julius.
At the mall.
At Pembroke Mall. Remember malls? Man.
Yeah, really. They're looking to close the one. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with the one in Norfolk now, with that big old MacArthur Mall. Everybody's pulled out of there except for like people selling like, non-champa incense and blue blockers.
In the little carts in the center of the mall while all the big stores are closed up.
Yeah, like all the big stores are pulled out. Most of the little stores are gone.
Dude, that mall was like brand new when I moved out of Virginia Beach. It was like a couple years old, maybe.
When that mall first opened, Roberta and I went there, and I went to the Redskins store that was there.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, they had an actual Redskins store in that mall.
In Norfolk.
When people liked the team, dude, before Dan Snyder drove it into the dirt. All right, let's get to these draft picks because we're like Al Galdi here, taking 10 minutes to get to any kind of substance.
We're going to take the time. All right. Well, obviously, we got Jaden Daniels. Oh, yeah, I was saying that, with RG3, people like me were just like, he's going to get killed. He's going to get killed. And he eventually did.
Yeah.
But that season was such a magical season, and you and I were there at that game at home where we beat Dallas and we won the division. It was probably, between that and the kicker around the world, those are probably the two best sporting events I've been to.
And that was the most important Redskins game I've ever been to in person.
Yeah, really.
Anyway,
So
let's
but
get to the
nowadays,
picks. Jaden Daniels.
well, hold on, that's what I'm talking about
All right.
nowadays. So, it's not like I was looking at Jaden Daniels like he's gonna get killed and fail. I was kind of looking at him that way as well, but not. I don't know. I was looking at the two of them. I'm like, either one of them could. It's not like with Andrew Luck, where you knew when you drafted him he was going to be a good quarterback, great quarterback, perhaps.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I picked Drake May, but I'm behind Jaden Daniels 100%. I guess.
Dude, did you see any of the footage
guess.
from the rookie camp with Jaden Daniels, like how fast he gets rid of the ball? Like his release versus big smooth
Dude,
Jason Campbell?
his arms is the exact opposite of Jason Campbell.
I saw this YouTube video where someone lined up.
Not slow motion.
Someone lined up Drake May with Jaden Daniels' release. Jaden Daniels' release is like half the time.
So quick. Dude. Take a look at what Arizona has done with Kingsbury recently. With what's his face going back, dropping back, throwing the ball really quickly. That's exactly what we're going to end up doing here. It's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of stuff that you and I have been screaming about for years. Why don't we do these 3-step, throw it to a guy at the slant for 4 or 5 yards? Why don't we do stuff like that? That's what teams that go to the Super Bowl do all the time.
Yeah. X Factor's saying that the audio is kind of janky on YouTube. So tell me if that got any better, or is it all the audio, one of us, or what? Because who knows, dude? We haven't done this thing in a month. We got to wiggle some wires and like get it to work. Why don't we just wait? X Factor works at like a TV studio. Why don't you come over here and run the audio for us?
From Louisville.
I can't get it right. Anyway, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna try to change my mic. This could completely screw things up here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
All
This all could be X Factor's fault.
3, 2, 1.
I changed it. Is that any better? Is that any better?
No, you're echoing. You're echoing.
I'm echoing.
You're echoing.
We're gonna crash the whole thing. Let me go back to this. Okay. Okay, it's all the audio and the noise. He said it's getting noisy. I don't know.
You do have noise in the background. I can hear it too.
Really?
Yeah. It might be your jersey.
I don't know. I think it's this mic.
It might be your shirt.
Oh, here, I got something to try.
X
He
Factor.
said it's gone.
Huh.
Is it back now? Because I switched back to the other mic. I got to switch back to the other mic,
geez.
dude. And then I got to figure out why it's noisy for John. By the end of the podcast, it'll be like 3 hours. Is it better now, dudes? Is it better now?
Am I echoing now?
Okay, hold on. I know. I
Try it again.
can at least fix it for them, and then I can figure out yours. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Well, obviously we're talking about Jaden Daniels being the first pick of the draft while Aaron is wiggling his wire. Oh, wait.
Is that better on mine and just crappy for John to hear?
Probably.
Am I echoing to you?
You're echoing me, dude. You're fine.
Okay. If it sounds better to them, then let's see. And then we'll figure out the echo to you next time.
You're in stereo.
I'm in stereo.
You're like those singers where they would tape like more than one version of the song and tape them over each other. Or like play them over each other. They did that with Beatles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully that's at least better for them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the podcast. All right, go. Sorry if you have to deal with this, John. We'll figure it out. Hello?
Yeah, what?
You can hear me now?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you the whole time, but when you plugged in that mic, you are echoing, and you are echoing all of the time now.
Oh, let me try to fix it.
Did you not get that?
I did get it.
Times you said that?
I did get it. All right, talk amongst yourself.
Check. Now, I'd stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny. But yo, I'm making money. See, yo, world, don't you ready for me? And they gather round. I'm the new king in town, and the sound's laid down by the underground. Jaden Daniels totally looks like he could have been in the underground. He looks like he would be on like on the draft night where he had the sunglasses and the dreads are all sticking out. I was like, God, he looks like that guy from the Humpty Dance, except with dreads.
Yeah.
You look like you're still trying to wiggle the wire there.
I am. I'm trying to fix it for you, but I don't know what to do.
I'm not worried about me. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, let's go. All right, next. Jaden Daniels. So I was happy with the pickup, and you're behind him now 100%. And
I was behind whichever guy we got.
Yeah.
Neither one of them. I'm not sold 100% on those guys, like an Andrew Luck or someone like that. So
Okay,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Second pick. All right, let's move into this. We came up into the first round. I was almost for sure that we were going to trade up around 15, 16.
And I think we kind of like looked into that. I saw reports that we looked into that. I don't know if any of it was really real reports or just people making it up. People said that we were trying to trade up a couple of times in that area to do exactly what you're saying about getting a tackle, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Probably because people wanted more. Probably when people wanted to like drive the price tag, and this Washington football team doesn't play.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And then there was a huge run on all those tackles. So I guess by the time we came up in the second round, we're like, well, who's the best player? And they got this Johnny Newton guy who Johnny Newton apparently was supposed to be a first-round pick. And according to my friends who are huge Illini fans, they love everything Illinois, everything Chicago. Like Laura is a Chicago Cubs fan. Chris is a Chicago White Sox fan. They're both Bears fans. They're both Illini fan, and they watch every basketball, football, whatever Illini game is on. And they were like, "You guys got Johnny Newton?" So they're like all pumped that we got like this is unbelievable. And I'm like there in disbelief, like we didn't get a tackle.
Yeah, really.
But apparently this guy, according to some people, is one of the top, if not the top, defensive player in the draft. And if it wasn't for this foot injury that he had, then he would have gone a lot earlier.
Well, apparently his injury was on one foot and it's healed, but now his other foot has had it.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Joe Salavea.
Yeah, I forget the name of the actual injury, but it takes like 3 months or so to heal up from this, because I think he had the surgery in January, and he said it was completely better when we drafted him in April. So what is that, Jim? 3 or 4 months. So he might be ready by training camp.
Yeah, we'll see. And of course, it was kind of a weird pick if you thought about it, because we have obviously 2 Pro Bowl tackles, defensive tackles, Allen and Payne. And that's another thing. I think that they were probably trying to like trade one or both those guys as well, and people just wanted too big of a price tag for that, so they decided not to. But it would not at all surprise me if one or both those guys are gone after this season.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought about that too. Like, are we going to still trade Jonathan Allen and get a tackle? I could see it, because now we got this dude. And at the same time, I was like, well, they're probably like, go ahead and get your surgery now while we have these other 2 guys in front of you. And if it takes you a little bit longer to heal, okay, we'll have you and see how you are. And I mean, Adam Peters could be aiming for trading one of those dudes by the trade deadline too.
That's true. That's very true. It's a whole new world.
Whole new world. A brand new... Anyway. So yeah, I think that's probably hopefully going to be a good pick. And there's the intrigue with why they did it. And, you know, it came out there wasn't really a tackle worth that high of a pick at that point in time. So then,
and he's fast too for a big old like 300-something pounder. He's fast,
dude. I watched footage on this guy. He's a freaking beast. He looks like he could be solid.
Remember, you know how Jonathan Allen doesn't have like a humongous gut. He's big and everything, but he's kind of fit like all the way around. Not like the guys you see in the 1980s who were like throwing their gut into like a 300-pound. Like they weren't even 300 pounds then. You had like the refrigerator who came in, and he was one of the only 300-pound people then.
Yeah.
Now everyone's like that, but Jonathan Allen is more of a modern style, a more modern style defensive tackle, like with his body. And this guy looks like he's like the next level of that.
Dude, I'm glad you brought up the refrigerator, because remember, and we're talking Illinois weird, but remember when the refrigerator every once in a while, I think it was him, wouldn't he get a carry every now and then for the Bears? Like at the goal line?
Didn't they give him a carry in the Super Bowl?
I think they did.
Yeah. He was so freaking huge.
Well, get this, dude. I saw an interview with Johnny Newton, and guess what position he played in high school?
Probably running back.
Running back.
He was probably housed.
Dude, imagine that dude. Like, running out here. So I'm like, do I hear heavy jumbo in our future? Oh my gosh, just give it to Johnny freaking Newton and like push him over the line.
Dude, man, if we oh man.
We are back.
That could be something.
Yeah, who are we gonna give it to at the goal line? Eckler? Nope. B-Rob? Nope. Johnny.
Nope. Yeah, we got Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
But like X Factor says, he cost Walter Payton a Super Bowl TD too that year.
That is true. That is true. Sweetness. So anything, the injury, like X Factor's pointing out here, it doesn't look like, is that stuff not popping up on the, oh yes it is. Here, let me, I forgot I can do this. Sorry, I'm babbling here. So injury stuff is only thing to be worried about. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a big value to get him if we can get through this injury, and since we got dudes in front of him, let's take it.
Yeah, and I mean, Philadelphia's there, and we already know he's already had like a major leg injury already. So
Philadelphia, I mean, it's looking like a bust for Philadelphia, but who knows? Maybe he'll come out and actually be healed this year. Maybe. Then we're going to have 4 dudes. Hosses in there.
True, yeah.
4 hosses in the interior.
The 4 hosses of the apocalypse. The 4 hosses of the Washingtons.
I mean, people were talking about I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that whole interior of the line thing, since we're even more.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with everything. Everything. We have all new coaches. We got all new management. Everything. Like we just hired people like this week, like new player personnel director, blah blah blah,
and scouts and stuff. Like so many, I can't keep up with it all.
Yeah, really.
We still have Jason Wright for some reason, which I don't understand. But and apparently we have 2 general managers.
Well, is Mark Mayhew one of them?
Yeah, but they haven't changed his title as far as I know, so he's just like.
Well, I mean, he's been a general manager at like multiple, at least in Detroit. So if they do that, and then like. I mean, for him, I mean, he as they say in England, he's probably got gardening work now. Like there's nothing for him to do.
He's the GM emeritus, man.
GM emeritus, dude. You're exactly right.
They still give him the Wi-Fi password in an office, but he doesn't have to keep office hours.
Remember that professor at Virginia Tech that was like a professor emeritus, and he had like a penthouse suite like office, but he didn't teach anymore. And he had this awesome office. Yeah.
It's Tom Butterfield, right?
I remember Tom Butterfield.
Dude, that guy was awesome.
Office, but there was why do you have an office?
Dude, his office was almost as big as my house. This thing was freakishly huge.
It was huge.
His office, no lie, was like 30 by 50, and it had this weird like cut out of the side of it because the building was shaped weird. And he had a balcony. Remember that? He had his own private balcony inside the student center. Oh my gosh. That guy was awesome. That dude could go to he was so like respected there around Blacksburg. He could go to like all the restaurants and smoke his pipe in the restaurants and no one would say anything to him. And these were like no smoking establishments. It was crazy. It was crazy. Anyway, but that's
just like, okay.
I don't think Martin Mayhew is that revered, but he does have the emeritus thing. GM emeritus.
That's what I think about him, and that's what I like to think about Jason Wright. But remember, Jason Wright was basically, I mean, he was a punching bag. He was the latest punching bag for Dan Snyder. So all that stuff.
He needs to go. I don't care.
If he's the one to plan that Darryl Green thing and it wasn't Dan Snyder or somebody else that put that thing in front of the Port of Johns, then yeah, he should go. He should be gone already.
No, that was Sean Taylor. The Daryl Green one was
Oh,
awesome.
that's what I said. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I meant to say Sean Taylor. Sorry about that.
The new media crew is kicking some butt, man.
Dude,
That
the whole
Daryl
thing with
Green
Daryl
thing,
Green-
like actually shed a tear. I shed a tear during that video, I gotta say.
I forget exactly what it was. He started reading through it when he finally figured it out, and I can't remember what it was he said, but it was really funny. It was a great video to watch the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Dude,
And
Daryl Green's back. Basically, he was like, I've been away for like 20 years, and now I can come back. Because
I bet that's what
subtext, because
everyone-
Dan Snyder freaking
Dan
sucks.
Snyder's gone. Yeah, dude.
It's like ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yeah,
But dude, I want to go to the game where they retire his jersey. I wish they would
Yeah,
announce
man.
that because we need to make some plans. But I want to go to
we do.
that.
They have said who we're playing, but we don't know all the stuff or the dates and stuff.
No, they released the dates. They released
they
the
did?
dates. Yeah.
Oh,
That was this week or last week. Yeah, it's out. All the dates
man.
and times are out. We just don't know which one is the Daryl Green retirement
man.
unless you guys have heard about it. X Factor, I did see about the Dan Snyder movie. Apparently, you sent me this, didn't you, John?
About which?
The Dan Snyder, where he like funded some movie that he thought was going to be about Donald Trump shedding him in a good light, and then it's not, so he's angry about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's a sucker born every minute, man.
dude, you know what?
How did that guy ever make the kind of money to buy a football team, buy a professional football franchise?
Dude,
How?
Calm down.
How?
Calm your blood pressure. We have plenty of good stuff to talk to about that. We don't even have to talk about Dan Snyder. So let's just cut him out of this podcast from here on out. He's done. We're done with Dan. I don't even want to bring him up anymore unless he gets arrested or brought up on these charges that they seem to have just forgotten about since he sold the team. I wonder if that was in the deal. No one said anything about it in the media that I've heard of.
Well, I think half those people were out of office as well.
That could be it. Anyway, I don't want to talk to him.
And the fact that he's like a European soccer magnate now.
Anyway, so let's get back to the picks. We've only made it through 2, and we're 27 minutes into this thing?
Yeah, man.
We've made it through 2 picks, right?
Yeah.
So then we had the number 40 pick, right? Or 36 pick, and we traded with our nemesis, the Eagles, down. And I don't really like trading down. I don't like trading with the Eagles or anyone in our division ever.
Right.
But we did it. And honestly, it could end up being good for both teams, from what I understand.
It might be.
This cornerback that the Eagles got was highly touted. But then a lot of people say the dude we got, Mike Sanders, that you've already brought up, is a ball hawk. And he's short. His stature is that of like Daryl Green, dude. So let's see.
Well, yes. And we've got Forbes back there too. Or at least so far. That's 2 really, really skinny people back there.
This Sanders, dude. Here's what I noted. This was another theme of the draft. Almost every dude that they drafted was like a team captain. And a lot of these undrafted dudes they brought in were team captains.
Yeah. That's a good thing. You're looking, instead of being like Alan Bruce would draft, half his draft would be injured players, and he's hoping a couple of them would come good, and usually none of them came good. But now instead of doing that and trying to be all kind of weaselly like that, let's just draft these people that have been leaders on their team and bring them all in. It's kind of like that whole thing where they took all the quarterbacks to play golf at Top Golf.
Yeah.
And see what they were doing. It's kind of the same thing. And then put all these leaders together and see who's going to lead the leaders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Sanders out of Michigan, the national champion Michigan Wolverines. And apparently he's the leader of the defense there and set the tone. So, see how he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the other pick that we got for, notice I'm doing this all off memory, which is not good. But the other pick that we got, I believe, was so that we got him with what, the number 50 pick? Did we get like the
Somewhere
50 and 54? You know what? I could bring up the actual draft.
That would be helpful.
Talk amongst yourselves. We're so prepared for this podcast. Yeah, 25 drafts.
Well, the Still guy, like you said, he was a big leader. He seemed to be a ball hawk, like you were saying. So did Forbes. We know how that worked out last year, but we had like a high school coach coaching him. So we're going to see this year. We might have a couple guys who are actually ball hawks.
Here we go.
Maybe.
I got it right here. Let me get rid of this cookies thing. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep scrolling down. Oh man, what happened? They only show the first round. Oh, you got to change them. Okay, here we go. Round 2, pick number 36. We already talked about him. Newton.
Yes, we do.
40 was our pick. We traded it to the Eagles, who got Cooper DeJean.
Okay.
And with that pick, my friend, we got Mike Sainristil from Michigan, which we just spoke about. And a tight end, which we kind of need. Ben Sinnott.
Kind of need. We don't have any tight ends except for like
Zach
Master
Ertz.
Bates.
We got Zach Ertz. Don't forget him.
Zach Ertz is 100 years old.
Well, he used to be good.
I saw that Zach Ertz signed with us, and I was like, how'd they get him out of the grave to bring him in? They had to wheel him out of an old folks' home just to come to, of all places, Washington, a place that he hates.
Good backup for Ben Sinnott with the potential to develop into a starter, is what someone said. And Next Gen Stats gave him an 80. Like, I don't put much stock in this. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty good pick. We'll see how it goes. I'm certainly not expecting that he's going to be like a top 10 tight end. But we've had such really bad tight ends for so freaking long. Oh my goodness. Except for, Thomas had like 1 good year, like 1.5 good years. Then he got hurt, but he got his bag, which was good.
Yeah.
But man.
All right, this dude, though, you know what's intriguing about this guy to me, though?
Huh.
We finally have some height. Dude's 6'4".
Yeah. It's nice to have some like people who can run, I don't know, a slant pattern or run a skinny post down the middle. We just don't have people who can do that for so long.
A big tight end that can just get the ball.
Yeah.
And I have seen this dude, like, I've seen a lot of footage of him since we drafted him. This dude likes to get the ball and then bowl people over. And, like, that could be good or bad. I've seen so many tight ends that try to bowl people over and get stripped of the ball all the time. But anyway.
Well, like Chris Cooley.
Yeah. Dude,
well, right now
just go down. And it's like,
just go down. What are you doing? Well, Thomas did that in a game. Was it this year or last year? Man, I can't even remember anymore. Anyways, dude, we got John Bates, not a catcher. Cole Turner, not a blocker, and doesn't seem to catch. I want to see what's going to happen with Cole Turner. I still think that guy's got some potential to help the team.
We'll see.
We will see.
He could turn into a camp body.
he could be the. And dude, don't forget we got Amani Rodgers too, man. Another ex-quarterback, as we said before.
Dude, I need to bring up. You know what I need to bring up? The
Commanders.com roster.
Just so I can help keep track of some of this stuff. We're getting old, dude. I just realized this today. We started this podcast 2 seasons before my daughter was born, and now she's going to be a senior in high school. Oh my gosh.
Man. Oh, how was junior prom?
I guess it was fine. She went to some after prom party at the bowling alley, and I had to pick her up at 3 a.m. so I didn't really like that.
Oh
much.
man, so they're out there doing like the nighttime bowling with like the lights and the bumpers and all that stuff.
I guess I set my alarm for 2:30 and rolled in there. I was like, "Get in the car, let's go." I don't know. I think she had fun though. Let's see. Okay, I got the roster up. So you want me to look? Can I order it? Order by position? Yes, we can. Tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
The
roster does not quite look like it's updated. Like we don't have a number 2 on there.
Dude, we got the guy that I'm getting you the jersey of, 41 Colson Yankoff. He was an undrafted free agent, I believe. He's the
number two is Stan still. Yeah. He was number 0 when he was at Michigan, I believe.
So he's got to be like number 2R, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, De'Ami Brown is not on the list.
Are you serious?
At all?
Yeah, he is. He's right here. 2W.
Oh, here he is. He's 2W.
Oh,
dude, he's cut. He's so cut.
Wait, where? Dude, if that's not telling what is, because Sainristril is just number 2.
Oh, man.
And this dude's been on the team for 3 years. 2W? As a freaking veteran, you're the W over a rookie?
Dude, they took number 5 away from our All-Pro. He's got some team number now.
Well, he gave it up. He gave it up.
He gave it up because he's a good guy.
His arm was twisted, I'm sure, but whatever.
Dude,
he is a punter, don't forget.
Dude, he lives in Oklahoma. He's probably got a huge house, huge tracts of land, and it doesn't cost him anything because he's in the middle of like
Indian country.
And they have a lot of tornadoes out in Oklahoma too, by the way.
Speaking of, we have to talk about that RFK logo thing at the end of the podcast.
Oh yeah. That's another thing that we need to bring up. The whole thing with the son of the guy who invented the Redskins logo of the Native American's head.
Yeah,
and just came up with it.
We'll get to that in a minute, though. We got to get through this draft class.
Oh yeah, okay.
But back to your whole tight end thing. John Bates, I didn't realize he was 6'6", and Zach Ertz is 6'5". So this guy's not
huge, dude.
Cole Turner is 6'6". So when I was like, we finally have a tall tight end, he's like literally the shortest tight end on the team.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, you didn't know John Bates was 6'6". I didn't know John Bates was 6'6". It looks like a child out there. Cole Turner barely gets on field.
Ben Sennett's not even on the roster. What's up with that? He's not in here as a tight end?
He's at the bottom.
Where?
At the very, very bottom. Number 82. He's wearing a Thomas number. Very, very bottom. Keep going down.
Why does it say he's an unsigned draft pick? Okay.
Oh, right.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, none of these dudes are signed, so why are they at rookie training camp? Remember when back in the day when they wouldn't come into camp, but then they set up the whole rookie pay scale thing, so people stopped doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I guess they're allowed to play even though they're not signed yet?
They're allowed to, I mean, they're not like, it's not like contact. Like they're not making contact.
It is voluntary.
It is voluntary, but I mean, there's a new king in town, and he wants those players there, and I bet all of them are there.
Yeah, so this dude kind of shrimpy compared to our other tight ends. After I was like, he's huge, man.
Zach Ertz has just destroyed us so many times with the Eagles.
I know he has. There's all those tight ends, just him, and who's the dude that I can't stand from Dallas that always destroys us?
I don't know. How about Jeremy Shockey with the Giants?
Oh my god!
I knew you.
That dude destroyed us.
Oh man,
that guy destroyed us, man. And Zach Ertz destroyed us by the Eagles. We need a guy that can just destroy people as a tight end.
And when we got the people, we got Adam Peters, man.
But you're right. Armani Rogers still is on the team. I thought he might have gotten cut. Him and Colson Yankoff. I'm getting you a jersey. Yankoff.
Dude, if you get me a jersey, I will wear it to the game. What number is he wearing again?
41. It'd be funnier if it was his name was like Ivan, and then I could get you a jersey that said I, period. Yakov. John's getting a Yankoff jersey.
Every time I see
What does
this
he look
guy's
like?
name, I always think of that TV show from like the late 80s called Kissing Cousins, who had like, it was like a dude in New York, and like his Russian cousin came to live with him.
Dude, here's what the team knows about him.
He is a camp body.
They don't know anything about this dude. They don't even have a picture of him. Look, they're like, we don't have a picture of this guy. They don't have a picture of Zach Ertz for that matter. What the heck? All right.
That's
we
because
got to move on.
they're too busy being online and like sending out like sarcastic tweets to people, which is apparently what the online people are doing now with all these sports teams. Like they're stepping up, man.
Oh yeah, they are. Like I even enjoyed that. Oh, you didn't see it yet, apparently.
What?
But they had. Did you see the release where they released the schedule video and they did that whole thing? Like, is it real or is it a cake? Did you see that?
Oh no, I did not watch that. You're right.
That was cool. You know, like those
Was it?
shows where they show like people from afar, like something that these people that can make these cakes look like real objects. And that's what it was. And so each game that they showed when they were revealing it, and Terry McLaurin introduced the whole video, but as they were doing it, they would show something that had to do with that city. And it would be like real or cake, and then a knife would come in to try to cut it. It's actually kind of a cool idea. So they got people actually doing, I don't know, stuff that doesn't suck and is interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right, so let's move on.
I guess they, yeah. Moving on.
So our next pick that we got with the, we already talked about this. Those were the two picks that we got for trading our other pick to, man, I'm trying to burp here. The Eagles. So moving forward, when was our next pick? I'm trying to remember. Not until
our next pick was the third pick in the third round, and that was finally an offensive tackle.
Finally, this Brandon Coleman dude, who they're listing as a guard, but Adam Peters said they want him as a tackle, and people are saying not to sleep on this dude, that he could actually start. I'm thinking we're going to bring in another tackle somewhere in free agency. We have to. I think after June 1st,
there's going to be a couple more people that we might be able to bring in, possibly. We'll see. It's, I don't know.
Dude, someone today in the Discord, scrolling up, we're talking about the tackle from the Bucks. Wirfs, is that his name?
Wirfs, that dude with the red face.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs, dude.
Dude, that guy looks like he's about to have a heat stroke every game by like the end of the first quarter.
Well, probably because he plays in Tampa, dude.
And he looks like he came from like Northern Ireland.
No, dude, you're thinking of someone else. You're thinking of someone else because I'm looking at this dude and he is of a darker complexion.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, it's not Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, I was like, I think you're talking about someone else, dude.
I'm talking about some dude. The first person I'm talking about is like, I mean, he's like white, like white, like your thighs, and like in like February,
like my thighs,
anybody's thighs in February, and he's got red hair. It's like long.
Dude, check out Brandon Coleman doing the freaking on the video that just popped up, the 40 in under 5 seconds for a fatty.
Dude, when I saw that during the draft, I was just like, dude, this guy could be like Trey Johnson fast. When he would pull, he's still, I mean, you know, the hogs are the hogs, but like Trey Johnson during a time when we had a lot of really bad people in the late 90s on this team. That dude could pull and flatten more than one, like linebacker, safety, cornerback. anybody.
Dude, this little video they're showing down here on the page that you guys can see we have pulled up. It literally said Brandon Coleman's strengths, position flex.
So temper your expectations, people. That's
Anyway,
for sure.
we'll see. You know, that's a solid pick. They're showing his run again. It's under 5 second 40 for a dude that weighs.
And dude, he's supposedly
What's he doing?
6'6", 320, man.
320. This dude's not fat. Look at him. I mean, he's got a team yet, but he's just a dude.
These guys are just like they're just built differently than
The O-line of the 80s.
the O-line of the 80s.
Russ Grimm ain't going to be running this. No way, dude.
Only if it goes to the 5 o'clock club and a bunch of beers.
Oh my gosh. Dang. Okay. So anyway, the word on the street, according to who is it? Kenny Ken posted this today. Offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs did not report to OTAs and doesn't plan to, per source. The multi-year All-Pro seeks a long-term contract and does not want to risk injury. Sides have not made progress on a deal. And then there was discussion in the Discord room about a possible trade.
Oh, man.
And if you would like to get in on this conversation and other Redskins Commanders type conversations, you should join our Discord room where people are in there nearly 24/7 and worldwide at tinyurl.com/HarryHF. We'll get you an invite to the Discord room. So there you go. Please join.
It's all Redskins Commanders fans, man.
Oh, dude,
Washington
check out.
football team fans.
Yep, Taylor Bud Lighty goes in here. What's up, Taylor Bud Lighty Go?
Yo. All right, dude. Next pick.
Oh, sorry. Next pick. Sorry, I keep
Next
watching
pick.
this
Also,
large man running really fast.
he's athletic. All right, we had the 37th pick in the third round. The third round is the first. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first round where they put like compensatory picks at the end of the round.
Pick 100.
So, yeah. So we got.
This was our special compensation pick. So what did we get this one for? For losing someone, I'm guessing. Was it for losing? Did we get it for losing like Montez Sweat or anyone like that, or we don't get that?
No,
that was a trade. So
this was for Chase Young, wasn't it?
I don't think so because we traded them. Isn't it only if like free agents leave you get these picks? I don't know.
No. I mean like the picks that we got.
You're right. You're right because we traded it for a pick and we didn't know the number.
November.
Yeah, you're right.
We just knew it was going to be a complimentary pick in the third round. So we ended up with the 37th pick 100, and we got
Luke,
not Christian McCaffrey,
not Ed, not Ed, but it is Ed's son.
It is Ed's son.
Dude, we're old enough to remember Ed playing.
Dude, you know. There's a couple of families that have been going like generation and generation through the NFL, and the McCaffrey family is one of those families where it's just like those guys just love football.
Yeah, dude. So this guy Luke McCaffrey on your screen right now. Apparently, what I've heard about him is he started as quarterback and switched to wide receiver. And they are pretty hopeful that his route running is pretty precise, is what I'm hearing. And I don't know. He did go
to the football powerhouse Rice University.
He did go to Rice. His family pedigree may have or may not have gotten him drafted a little bit higher than where he otherwise would have gone. I'm not sure. And the fact that Adam Peters knows his family.
I was about to say, are you trying to say that Adam Peters, who was the person that basically brought the other McCaffrey over to the 49ers before he left and came over here, might have gotten this guy because Christian was like, yo, don't forget my brother.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, who knows? You know, sometimes it works out. Like take the Mannings, for example. Most of them can play, except for that one brother that we forget his
John
name.
Stamos' brother.
Oh, look at
Dude,
this video
Carson
they're showing
Palmer.
now. They're putting
Carson-
Luke McCaffrey next to Christian McCaffrey on the freaking
They're superimposing him.
they're superimposing their run on the 40. That's crazy. Dude, how would you feel if you were the guy getting picked and under your name it says brother of Christian McCaffrey? Like, why does it have to say that? Anyway,
because that's what everybody thinks when they say, "Oh, I wonder if he's related to him."
All right. Well, you know why I could be excited about this dude besides the fact that he might play as good as his brother and dad? He's actually above 6 feet and he's playing receiver for us. He's 6'2".
Nice, excellent. Well, apparently he stepped up at a mini camp over the weekend.
Really?
Dude, like we said earlier, De'Ami Brown is not long for this Washington football team's world.
Was De'Ami Brown a 3rd round or 2nd round pick? I think he was 2nd.
I want to say he was 2nd round pick.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, that guy, I had high hopes for him because he's a burner. But
he's really good at running a straight line. Remember Troy Apke?
Oh,
De'Ami Brown was better than Troy Apke.
Dude, Troy Apke's on the team still, I think.
No way.
I'm not sure. You know who is still on the team that's also not going to be much longer? Dak's 4-yard Mill.
Dude, Austin. Oh, no, that dude isn't on the team anymore.
Milne is?
Milne is, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think Trapp is. I think he finally got cut.
Milne.
Dude, when you were talking about cornerbacks earlier, you were talking about scrawny ones, but don't forget we still have Benjamin St. Juste and Quan Martin, who I think I have high hopes for Quan Martin still.
Every single person that we had on this team last year that survives through camp and doesn't get cut beforehand is going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
Including Ricky Strong.
And Christian Holmes.
Dude, because we have... okay, we'll get to this guy, but we have one...
Dude, don't forget Caillou Blue Kelly.
We have like 11 cornerbacks on our team.
On here.
Not
James
including
Pierre?
Quan Martin, who's just listed as a defensive back because he kind of plays safety.
Whiteside the second.
Whiteside.
Remember that guy?
Was he the guy that got the fumble in the last game, or was that like some other guy named like Whitaker or something? We didn't even know who he was. I think you were like, it's Whiteside, and I'm like, no, it's some other dude.
Or someone else. Maybe it was Igbinoghene.
Noah Igbinoghene?
Igbinoghene.
I don't know.
I think.
All right, we don't have enough time to pontificate on these guys that are camp bodies. We got to continue.
Yeah, really. We got to talk about some of these guys that may or may not end up doing cat bodies. Like our next pick, which was in the 5th round. We totally skipped round 4.
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it. Didn't need it. We were done with that day. Came back on the next day.
Took the round off.
So we had 2 5th round picks and a 7th round pick. And our first 5th round pick, the 4th pick of that round, was a linebacker from Temple.
Jordan Magee. Jordan, or is it Jordan McGee? Is it McGee or Magee? We'll find out soon.
I don't know.
Traits or talent to be above average back?
Okay. Well, I guarantee that he is going to be better than any. Now, what I just said about the last group, this 5th round pick is probably better than any linebacker that was on our team last year.
He's probably better than Jamba Davis.
He might be.
Check out this right here in the center. This caught my eye. Athleticism score. 87. 2024 Combine. Linebacker rank. First for athleticism.
Athleticism. He's a leader.
He's an athlete. He's a dude.
He's a dude.
Here, who am I? He's a dude. He's a dude. We're really excited and juiced and pumped to have him.
Just shave off the beard, but leave the goatee.
He's a dude. We're really juiced and pumped to have him.
I didn't know Dan Quinn followed Juventus.
There's still only 2 reasons to wear a hat backwards, and one of them is you're under 16. All right, yeah, this guy, you know what? He's probably better than Jamin Davis. So, let's go back to our linebacker core, because all of a sudden we went from having no linebackers to a bunch
For
of
years of no linebackers.
And every year we're like, dude, we need linebackers. If people get through our first line, no one tackles them until they're 8 yards down the field. These linebackers are slow getting to the sideline. And everyone's like, Al Godey's like, linebacker is an overrated position. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. It is not an overrated position.
It's an overrated position if you're throwing the ball a lot, but if the other team's running the ball at you, you need linebackers, man.
And you need fast linebackers. Because otherwise, just like teams do against us all the time, the middle of the field, they just send some dude on a little drag crossing pattern and are like, linebackers can't keep up with even like the biggest, slowest tight ends. Anyway, we now have, dude, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6
7,
linebackers.
8, 9, 10. All right.
Wait, is that all of them? I feel like we're missing some. Because I don't even... 7. They have Bobby... So sorry, we have more. Because some of them are listed as linebacker and some of them are listed as middle linebacker. 8.
Okay.
Mikael Walker. So we have 8 linebackers, dude.
Okay.
8!
Well, I know that we've got Frankie Louvu from Carolina, and we got that dude, that big dude who, I mean, it's his 13th year. He's been around for a while.
Dude,
but man, you're a linebacker and you've got Bobby Wagner around for a year to like help you to get better at your craft. That's a good person to have because that dude's going to the Hall of Fame.
Bobby Wagner's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, and he still led his team with tackles last year. I mean, I know you're going to say so did what's that guy on our team that sucked? What was that linebacker? What was his name? You're like, can you narrow it down, please? Who was that dude on our team that sucked? Which one? The linebacker. God. What was Cody Barton? Is he gone? Because he sucked.
He's gone. I think it was free agent anyway.
Oh.
If they didn't cut him, they needed to, though. That guy.
Well, anyway, Bobby Wagner, if nothing else, he will be a good locker room presence, but I still think he has something left in the tank. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
We're going to see, because we got him and we have Zach Ertz both. So we'll see what they have left.
Some elder statesmen to kind of lead and mold the personality of this basically expansion team. I mean,
it kind of is.
It's all new dudes.
We've signed more dudes than anybody else.
It's not even
more
close.
New dudes this year than anybody else. So,
all right, let's continue.
And it makes sense because we had a bunch of people like Cody Barton on the team. We couldn't even remember his name for 10 seconds.
He sucks so bad. Okay, so Jordan McGee, what is X Factor is saying here? Hold on. X Factor is saying McGee was productive in college and has all the skills and the body you want as a linebacker. Okay, so anyway, Jordan McGee. Me and Jordan McGee. Anyway, Jordan McGee, highest rated athlete of all linebackers in the draft. We snagged him in the 5th round.
Yeah, man.
So moving past Jordan McGee, that was pick overall number 139. Moving forward, our next pick was... By this point, I got to be honest, I wasn't paying attention to the draft. Is that our only 5th round pick? I thought you said we had 2.
We do. We had the 2nd round pick was Dominique Hampton.
Who?
Dominique Hampton.
I don't even remember hearing about this pick. Okay, here we go. I don't remember hearing anything about this dude.
See, I remember the guy from the 7th round more than I remember this guy. This Dominique, he's a safety from Washington State, not DC.
So hold on, what was this trade? It says Tampa Bay traded Philadelphia. Who traded? Was this? Oh, this was part of the earlier trade in the second. I think we swapped 5th round picks.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's look at Dominique Hampton, not from Hampton, Virginia. He's saying he's average.
Any of the Hamptons.
But dude, you can already see just from this that Adam Peters likes looking at the athleticism of these dudes, because this guy was the 2nd ranked athlete for a safety.
And he's 6'3", 220. He's kind of big.
He's big. It says 215 and 6'2" here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much. His combine scores were not very good, but his athleticism score was. So production score, I don't know how they get that.
Dude, as many times have we had like Ron Rivera talking about guys not like staying in their lane, like literally staying in their lane on the field and all that stuff and not doing what they're supposed to. We've got so many leaders and people like this that will do that, I think, that will actually be good football players. Beating a dead horse, but it's just so nice to talk about that.
He was honorable mention All Pac-12 last year, led the team with 109 tackles, started all 15 games, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups.
Yeah.
So
Those speakers unlinked.
What?
Those my Bose speakers just unleaked themselves.
That's not very common.
Now I'm gonna make
Battery 100.
I had to make sure they were off because then in like 30 seconds it'll go ready to connect. It'll just keep doing that until you turn them off. Ready.
All right, so I had completely forgotten about that dude, so I'm kind of glad we went over this. Dominique Hampton, or overlooked 2nd, 5th round draft pick. So what's our next one? 6th?
The last pick we had was in the 7th round. We just skipped the 6th round again because we got that 5th round we moved up with. Got it.
Don't need the 6th round. So the 2nd round.
The 7th pick, 2nd pick in the draft in the 7th round was Javonte Jean-Baptiste. Edge.
Also pick number 222.
222.
Edge.
Javonte. Which is good. Because I don't think we have much of any edge rushers right now. I have a feeling that
I don't know if this guy's gonna make the team.
Dude, who do we have as like defensive ends? Though, think about it. Who do we have as defensive ends that's on the team right now? I'm looking through it right now. Armstrong, number 92. I remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Clelin Ferrell.
We traded
Dante
for that dude.
Fowler Jr. How did we get Dante Fowler Jr.?
Dude, he came over with freaking Coach Quinn.
Oh,
like all these Cowboys wanted to follow him here. Remember that Fowler dude is going to be good. He was good
Harris,
for Dallas.
KJ Henry, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, Andre Jones Jr., Eddie Obada. The thing is, dude, do any of these guys? I mean, if you go through that list, which one of those guys are going to start? I have no idea because I don't know much of anything about any of these guys. None of these guys. I remember Armstrong from last year. What happened to that big scary white dude that we had? What's his name?
Big scary white guy.
Big scary white guy that you would always talk about.
Oh, Ridgeway? He was an edge.
No, he's a defensive lineman. I'm talking about the edge on like number. I think he was wearing 95.
Oh, Casey Toohill.
Toohill, yeah.
I think he left.
It's the guy that you talked about. What?
He left in free agency. I'm pretty sure.
He did. Yes, he did. That's my point. Who are these guys? I don't know who any of these people are. But we don't have the things that it seems like the things that we're missing most, and this is before we really get to see any of them do anything.
Edge.
But we need like defensive ends and we need tackles.
All right, well, this one guy we got, dude, he's supposed to be pretty good. This Clelin Ferrell guy. Where is he? I'm looking for him on the roster.
He's on the roster. He's number 99. He's the new Chase Young.
Let me look that up. He's not listed as a defensive end.
Yeah, he is. DE.
Hold on. Maybe my eyes just... Yeah, there he is. 6'4". This dude's supposed to be good or decent. Of course, I don't know anything about him, but I don't pretend to.
See, this is kind of the problem. I'm getting more and more into negative stuff the more I'm thinking about it because the whole like 23 years.
Well, dude, you can't be any more negative than the pundits that are picking us to go worse than last year, which I didn't think was possible.
Seriously?
Some of them are picking us to go 2-15.
Ooh, well, I mean, we've got a rookie quarterback.
They also picked Dallas to go like 12-4, and if anything, I think Dallas probably took the most steps back in our division.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know, dude. We only won 4 games last year.
We could really suck, or we could be the Houston Texans of last year. You know what I mean? Because everyone thought they were going to suck, and then they turned it around when they got their rookie quarterback.
Yeah, it just depends on who you get. Depends on who and what you get.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a Peyton Manning or are you gonna get a Dante Culpepper?
Dude, all right. Do we have a
Doug Williams or are you gonna get like a I don't know, Tim Couch?
Or an old fat Donovan McNabb. All right, let's see.
Damn it, Andy Reid.
He always pulls one over on us.
Over and over again, and we just kept God.
Who's our last pick, dude? You said we got another dude after this guy.
We've just been talking about him.
Oh, that was him. That was it. Okay, I thought we had 2 7ths for some reason.
No.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if that guy's going to make the team, but who knows? For all we know, he could be the best player we get. But then, the day later, we started raking him in UDFAs, man.
Oh, yeah, we did. That's right.
And we got this dude. I told you guys we were going to get 2 quarterbacks.
Oh,
in the draft, but this counts. Sam Hartman, dude. Starting quarterback from Notre Dame, undrafted. Yes, bring him in. He could be this year's Brock Purdy for all we know.
Dude, we already cut Jake from State Farm for this guy.
Yeah.
So,
dude, look at his biography on Redskins.com.
You're talking about Sam Hartman, right?
Yeah, look.
11G.
Biography. Nothing. Club partners. They know that he's on the team. They don't know what he looks like. They know he played at Notre Dame. And he's wearing 11G? What is G? I thought it was W or R. Now we have G?
Yeah, why is it G? Well, what is that?
G? Oh, man, I thought we had figured out W and R, but apparently not. What does
that
G?
Also means that somebody else is wearing number 11.
2 other dudes, I guess, because they had to go from W to R to G. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna figure this out. Anyway, so we got that guy,
dude, Chigozie, and you see him.
Yeah, people
just threw up saying his name. It's people are 23B. His B, dude.
People are excited about. No, people are excited about this dude. I think, if I remember correctly, I read that him and Sam Hartman were offered some of the highest signing bonuses of any undrafted free agent selected. Like, they think this guy might make the squad. The safety? Aneurysm? Is that his name?
Chigozie, and you see him.
And you see him.
I feel like I'm puking a little bit when I say his name.
Oh, here he is. Chigozie. And you see him.
And you see him, and you don't.
We got to get some info on this guy. So I need to look him up because there's nothing here.
Dude, all I know is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get cut at rookie or at training camp this summer.
Here we go. They got something about him here on ESPN. ESPN. Site not found. No,
Yeah.
here he is. They found him. He's a rookie from California. Let's look at his bio.
Who is?
They don't know anything about him.
Are you talking about and you see him?
Chigozie, yes. No news
He
available.
went to Colorado State.
I know that's all anyone knows about him. That's all I'm
He
saying.
said he was from California.
Yeah, he's from California. And he got
Okay,
offered a
gotcha.
good amount to play as an undrafted.
So those two guys are a bunch of the few people were like, oh, those guys didn't get drafted. Let's see what we can get. See if we can get them.
Undrafted free agents 2020.
And you see them,
And you don't. And you see them, and you don't. All right, here's all the guys. I'm just going to run down this because we can't
And you see
possibly
'em
go
too.
through it.
You could have a son. You could be, and you see him too.
All right, I'm running down the list, dude, because apparently Google is now giving me an AI overview. So it could or could be right, but it could be wrong, as we know. with AI. Sam Hartman, we already talked about. A running back from USC named Austin Jones. Michael Wiley, so that means we have two Wileys on the team.
Oh, good
And he's
Lord.
also a running back. He's got to be better than the other Wiley because that guy sucks. And right now, he's our starting right tackle, dude. We got to do something on the tackle.
Who's our left tackle starting? Charles Leno?
He's cut, dude. Or he got left.
Oh.
He left.
Oh,
No,
that's right.
it's Lucas. It's Big Luke.
Lucas.
Followed by, are they thinking this Coleman guy is going to step in? Because we don't have anyone else.
Man.
We need to look at the left tackles as soon as I run down the rest of this list.
Dude,
Marcus,
I'll tell you exactly what we have at left tackle. We don't have much.
we have a Marcus Roseby Jack Saint, a wide receiver from Georgia. He's in the camp. David Noah Ugwu is an offensive lineman from Toledo.
That's who I was talking about before, I think.
Norrell Pollard, defensive tackle from Virginia Tech. That is something cool that they did, is bring in like the local guys for a tryout day from local schools. And apparently this guy was impressive enough for them to bring him in as an undrafted free agent from Virginia
Isn't
Tech.
that crazy that the team is now actually being like, hey, schools in the area, send your best people out to this camp so that maybe they can go into pros.
Yeah, who knows?
Because why didn't we do that before?
Exactly. Ben Nickel. He's a nickelback from Iowa State. Ben Nickel doesn't play nickelback, but he does play safety, and he's from Iowa State. He's in camp. He's a camp body. Tyler Owens, D lineman from Texas Tech, camp body. AJ Woods, cornerback, Tex body, and John's favorite, number 41R, Holston Yankoff. Tight end, UCLA. So that wraps up the free agents, or the undrafted guys. But let's talk about why we're here. Where is my... Let's talk about while we're here, dude, the tackle situation, because we thought for sure coming out of this draft we were going to address tackle, and we did not. Unless you think Gary Cole... I mean, what's his name?
Gary Coleman.
Not Gary Coleman. What's his name?
What you
Brandon?
talking about, Aaron?
Brandon Coleman? The guy that we got in the third round?
Yeah, Brandon Coleman. Yeah.
Unless we think he can actually step in and play tackle at a starting level when he played mostly guard in college, we're kind of in trouble.
Well, I think that's part of the reason. It seems to me that's part of the reason that they drafted him. They drafted Jaden Daniels instead of Drake May, because Jaden Daniels can do a butt cheek play all the time if we need to.
You got a point there, dude, and he gets rid of the ball quick.
Yeah, he's got to do that.
So they may have been like, dude, if we're gonna have a chance, we need guy that can make up for the inadequacies of our offensive line and how crappy they are until we can build one. But then they didn't really build, so I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
looking here.
But I mean, you can't fill every hole. This team was just so destitute before. There's so many glaring, gaping holes that were there all over the place.
Dude,
you could run like refrigerator Perry like for a touchdown every time through those holes. And so they can't fill all those spots, even though we had like I think 10 draft picks and free agency and everything like that.
Yes,
In
dude.
years, it's not going to happen.
Where's Wiley? He's
near
on the
bottom.
team.
He's on the team.
I need to organize this by number because I hated how they'll list some guys as tackle and some guys as like RT or LT.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for Wiley, you can also list it alphabetically.
I'm listing it as number. I'll go up
He's
to the
number
70s.
71.
I think the fatties are still in the 70s because they keep jacking with the numbers. So let's see here. All right, yeah, Wiley. Okay, so we had him.
Wiley?
He's apparently our starter. And then Trent Scott, a backup. Chris Paul, a backup.
Yeah.
Sam Cosme, starting guard. All right, those are guards. So, hold on. Braden Daniels. I'm not even sure what position he plays because he's a backup. Cornelius Lucas is a part-time tackle, and when he's in there, he does a good job, but he's like they said this a lot last year. He's so freakishly huge that they're afraid he'll get injured if he plays the whole game.
Yeah.
And Big Luke. I already said that.
Big Luke.
Dude, he's freaking 6'8", dude. He's a freaking hoss.
God, man, that's so huge.
But
Wow.
we need tackles, man. We need
We
tackles. Oh my gosh. I mean, Jaden Daniels can only get away from so much. Let's see what the guys are saying that are still with us on this podcast. X Factor. They went the complete opposite of what I wanted. It sounds like you guys are saying. They draft a guy at QB based off of not having what we need for the QB to have a good chance. Then didn't even draft anyone to help him in the future. Yeah, I mean, but in their defense, they tried to trade up. There was a run on the tackles. And I guess you said there were reports that no one would trade with us, or someone did.
No, they were trying to trade, and people wanted too much, and our guys were like, "Nah, we're good."
So they got it. I think that Adam Peters has done everything, in my opinion, pretty masterfully so far. That I think he has a plan to get us a tackle in here, or two.
Yeah, and if not, it's going to be next year. Maybe there's guys who are going to be free agents next year, like good starters in the league. When is Trent Williams going to finish off his contract, by the way, over in San Francisco? You know what I'm saying?
Bring him home. But I mean, I still think, like, in the back of my head, I still feel this drafting Johnny Newton could be one of our other veteran tackles, could be on the trade block for a tackle. I mean, defensive tackles could be on the trade block for an offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So we'll see. I don't think he's done yet. And I refuse to say this. People keep talking. I've noticed this so much in the last 6 months. He's cooking. Let him cook. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. But he's doing something like that.
He's totally cooking, dude. He's totally cooking. Let him cook, dude. Let him cook. Oh, this butter's thick, yo.
Anyway.
I say that all the time. Let the manager cook. If you've got a good manager, let him cook. Let him do his thing.
We are the commanders.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What else do we got to round out? Because this is a pretty long podcast here. We still have so much to talk about. We might have to have another one in a week or so.
We might have.
Might be able to do that next week.
We might be able to. I think we've gotten to the end of the draft picks and everything. I mean, it's May.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, we have plenty of time to talk about all this other
Ain't
stuff.
nobody playing football right now unless unless it's that dude that used to be like our 7th round draft pick that keeps catching touchdowns for like the DC Defenders.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and what's his face? Reuben Foster. I saw him playing. I think he plays for the
Reuben
Defenders.
Foster.
I think he plays for the Defenders, dude. I'm gonna Google it real quick, and then we're gonna round this out. We'll talk about that whole logo thing next week.
Reuben stinking Foster.
Yeah.
Man. That's what a heck of a story. That guy has had
Yeah, the Houston Roughnecks, dude.
Houston
He plays for the
Roughnecks, okay.
Houston. I thought he played for DC, but I guess not.
I think he's from like the deep south, like Louisiana or Texas or something like that, if I remember. I know he played for the Saints
Yeah.
before we signed him, and he like got he like tore like one Achilles and then tore the other one the next year, like both in preseason, something like that.
I don't know if did he ever
crazy.
even actually play for us. He got injured in preseason, and then we kept him, and then he never made it to the field. Right?
He had 2 years of a great medical treatment under that team though.
Dr. Death.
Under Dr. Death.
Oh, X Factor's asking about the logo thing, so now we got to go into it. Okay. If you didn't see it earlier, late last week, and Al Galdi, I forget which one of his episodes, has the entire press conference of this. But there's a congressman, senator, some politician from Montana. I think his name is like Daines or something. Anyway, if you didn't know, the land where RFK Stadium currently stands is under the control of the federal government, something with the Parks Service, if I'm not mistaken.
Department of the Interior.
Okay, they control, I guess, the rights to use that property because it's federal property. So
That's why it's
DC,
taken like so long for them to try to tear it down.
yeah, so that got approved, I believe, this week or last week.
It did.
So DC, of course, wants to try to bring the Redskins back home to the RFK site for a new stadium. So this Dane guy from Montana had this entire press conference where he was talking about what's his name? Blackie Wetzel was the guy from the I think the Blackfoot tribe in Montana that came up with the entire idea for the Redskins Indian logo, and he brought that to George Allen like in 1971 to try to get that logo on the team as a Native American. And the logo is actually of a real person named Chief Two Guns Whitecaps. This is what the guy was.
Walter Wetzel. Walter Wetzel.
Okay, Walter Wetzel. Anyway, Two Guns Whitecaps was the depiction of the Indian logo, who it's based on. And apparently this senator had this whole thing, and he was laying out how this logo was created by Native Americans to honor Native Americans, and that when the team got rid of the Redskins name, they kind of threw the baby out with the bathwater and got rid of the logo and everything, and that this was really the logo and everything was made to honor Native Americans. And he laid out a bunch of good points in this press conference and was basically like, they need to bring back some, like his constituents in Montana want them to bring back some Native American imagery in the logo for the team, or else he's going to block.
He won't let them. He's not going to let them come to a vote on whatever they want to do with RFK if they don't honor the guy who invented the Redskins logo that was invented in the early 70s area. His name is Walter or Bill Blackie Wetzel.
Yeah.
So his son was talking about maybe they would do something about it last year. I remember that. And then this senator was just like, okay, I'm not going to vote on it until they decide to like honor this guy who invented the logo, and basically gave it to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And
showed the picture of the Native American Chief Two Guns Whitecaps that it depicts. and it's him. So he's basically like, it's not a caricature of an Indian. It's a Native American.
That's cool because it used to be looked at as like it was kind of like the old like 30s and 40s logo, but it was more modernized. So it's cool to see all that history and everything like that. The whole thing about him, about the guy wanting to not vote on RFK until that happens, that's just politics, whatever. This seems like something that the new ownership can take care of and take care of it correctly with dignity, go through all that really good stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll you know, it sounds like it's good as long as the politician doesn't keep moving the goalposts, as they say, then we should be fine.
Yeah, he's already. Yeah, I mean, it was an interest. If you can find that episode of Al Galdi, it's worth listening to because he played the whole press conference and then he interviewed the guy for like 10 minutes. So he was basically like, "I'm not about bringing the name back, but I think there should be something that honors the Native Americans." And was talking about how this guy was proud that was a logo on a major team because it represented Native Americans.
A lot of Native Americans were proud of that.
Yeah. So anyway, it was an interesting thought, and you should listen to it. And that's the weird thing was it happened like within a couple of days of Dan Quinn wearing that shirt with the Commander's W with the two feathers from that logo hanging off the side.
I saw that shirt and my eyebrows went, whoa.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would definitely check out the interview because he had stuff in there I didn't know about. And then, of course, after I heard that the name of the Indian that was on the, sorry, am I supposed to say Native American now? I guess the Native American that was on the helmet was named Chief Two Guns Whitecaps, and I was like, all right, we got our name, the Washington Whitecaps. It would be no different.
Washington Whitecaps, not Whitecaps.
Yeah, like Whitecaps. So anyway,
it's pretty interesting. I think, like I said, as long as the politician doesn't like keep on like trying to change things, then I think it should be fine. I think it would be a really good thing to do. Because, the whole thing is that when they said they were going away from the Redskins logo and everything, he was like, we're going away from everything. We're not going to do anything with Native American stuff. No Washington Warriors. It's not even going to be considered.
Yeah.
So, again, as we've said so many times, we've got new ownership. We'll see what they decide to do.
We'll see what they do. They've been smart about things so far, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was that thing, and I think we should probably round this thing. Oh, sorry. I think we should probably round this thing out.
Damn!
We're like an hour and a half into this thing. It's going to take like 2 hours to upload this to what's it called? Spotify. Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that's been in the chat room tonight. X Factor 357, DJ Cool 4, I think Chen and David Herzing was in there joking my shirt. Taylor Bud Lighty Goat.
The Juventus jersey.
St. Mirren Paisleys, dude. The fighting Paisleys.
St. Mirren Paisleys. The fighting Paisleys.
Anyway, like to give a shout out to everyone in there.
Yeah. And check it out. tinyurl.com/Harry HHF.
You can give us a call on the good old hog line, 202-735-1788. Send us an email, hhfpodcast@gmail.com.
Dudes, I'm totally, even though I branched the negativity a few times during this podcast, I'm really, really getting pumped and really excited about this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun year.
Got to temper expectations. We'll see.
I think it's just going to be fun to watch. New quarterback, everyone new. It'll be cool to kind of like reset the slate.
We're going to watch him running around. I think we're going to watch him fight for his life a few times.
Yeah. Hopefully, he won't get beat up as much as Justin Fields did.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, yeah. Or that dude in Houston, the first car.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week, maybe. Hail to the Redskins.
Possibly.
And if you see a Cowboys fan,
We've been taking your players and joke 'em!
yoke 'em!